Good morning, how are we all doing today? For today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I draw portraits from start to finish and then color them in. Ever since I've started teaching workshops, I've spent a lot of time developing and teaching a technique for how I draw things. I've refined it further and further and filmed an entire drawing course on Skillshare, which is also the sponsor for today's video. If you haven't heard of it, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of creative classes. Everything from illustration and animation to editing, photography, there's just so much. It's honestly a great place to explore new ideas or pick up a skill you've been meaning to try. They also have an offer on for you guys, where the first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan the QR code will receive a month free trial of Skillshare, letting you try out and deep dive into my drawing class for free. So let's get into it. When it comes to drawing from observation, I think what makes it difficult is figuring out where to start. Sometimes a blank canvas is the most daunting and overwhelming part, and I think the common mistake is hyperfixating on small details way too early on. So instead, I try to teach students to keep it super simple and break down the drawing process into digestible steps, starting with identifying larger forms and then working our way down to smaller details. So let's see how that looks. In this reference, I can very loosely see a circle shape around her head, then a triangle or trapezoid shape for her mid-face and chin, and her neck is loosely a rectangle, but also her shoulders, and the sides of her hair remind me of these odd triangle shapes too. At this point, that's about all of the larger shapes that I can see, but you might already notice that just by placing down a few of these loose, simple shapes, we can already see the shape of a head coming to life. Let's keep going and now look at smaller size shapes. I can roughly see a triangle shape for her nose and another triangle just below for her lip shape. Two triangles for her eyes, a couple of rectangular shapes for her bangs, and an oval for her ear. I also found a few smaller shapes like this triangle underneath the nose and another one for her open mouth. I don't worry too much about accuracy and detail just yet. I just want to loosely place features down so I have a starting point. Speaking of, I also noticed that one eye was far too high, so I lowered it down. After I've sketched in the main features, I then soften the lines with an eraser and begin committing to the line work using a darker pencil. This part is where I take my time to slow down, pay attention to the details and refine them, fixing proportions where necessary. For example, here I noticed that I had drawn the lips way too far back, and even the eyes too far apart and too high. I can now constantly go back and forth, adjusting things until they look right. After I finish my line work, I just erase the rest of the guidelines and keep polishing. The general approach is, just make it exist first, we can make it look good later. Let's repeat that process again and see how that looks. Circle for her skull, rectangle for her mid-face, rectangle for her neck, circle for her ear, triangles for the nose, trapezoid for the eyes, and then I commit to my lines. Also, notice that when I draw in these lines, I only use the guidelines as a reference and actually draw outside of the shapes. The shapes we initially place down are all straight edges and flat, which you'll almost never see in the human form. Our bodies are full of soft, gentle curves and organic lines and forms, so when drawing them in, we have to curve the corners and round out those straight edges. I do think there's an infinite number of ways you can do portraits. Regardless of what technique you use, practice and repetition is key. This has just been the way that I've approached drawing, and it's what works for me. You might see shapes differently to what I see, whatever works for you. I've been drawing for years, so I skip a few steps now and often do a lot of these in my head, which makes it look a lot easier. The idea is still the same though. Start simple and big, and then look at the small details. Just make it exist first, you can make it look good later. I don't really practice drawing smiles or teeth enough. They're just tricky. But I think I figured out a few little cheat codes to make them look nicer and a little bit less scary looking. The main thing to remember is to never individually draw teeth, but instead just suggest or imply them by lightly drawing in the gums and the little gaps formed by the edges of the teeth. If you can create even just the lightest suggestion of teeth, the brain fills in the gaps and does all the guesswork without needing every single detail. With all the drawings just about done, I wanted to colour them in with some alcohol markers, so I did some swatches and got going. I start by colouring in the midtones first, like you see me doing here around the eyes, nose and cheeks. Then I use a lighter colour on top to smooth out the edges and brushstrokes a bit. It doesn't completely smooth it out, but it at least softens some of the brushstrokes and blends it all together. After that, I just keep building on the midtones, getting darker and darker and adding tints of colour, like warm peach shades around the eyes, lips and nose, and then try to smooth it out again with a lighter colour on top. And I pretty much use the same approach for the hair too, going from midtones, back to highlights, and then back to midtones and shadows. I still find darker skin tones very tricky to get right, but I still do the same approach of blocking in the midtones and then overlapping with a lighter highlight colour to gradually smooth the transitions out. So while this part makes it look like I'm very confident and know what I'm doing, I really wasn't sure how it was going to turn out or whether I could salvage it from here. I've just learned to trust the process and just keep going until it looks good, which I think is the magic of alcohol markers. Each time I do these marker studies, I always get comments about the technique, and I definitely do not have the correct technique down at all. I just kind of colour in however I feel, which does mean letting these brush strokes show. When I first tried alcohol markers, I really didn't like how uneven the colour was, and how things didn't blend or look smooth, and also how the strokes always showed through. But then I soon realised I actually kind of liked the texture, so now I just embrace it every time I get out the alcohol markers. It's a bit more fun like this, a little more carefree, and just kind of reminds me of being a kid and colouring in things with textures. With this male portrait, I decided to block out the midtones first, but used a cooler shade. The plan was that I would go over it all with a warm orange brown for highlights, but it would layer with the cooler brown midtones below and make a really nice transition colour from warm to cool, rather than making him entirely ashy or entirely warm. Then I just went over and over with that lighter brown to smooth things out a bit before going back in to deepen the midtones again. In this last portrait, I wanted to try a similar technique to the previous one by laying down a base tint, kind of like an underpainting. She has these really nice olive undertones that I wanted to peep through, so I laid down this sandy base colour before bringing in her warm, tanned midtones. I've never tried this underpainting technique with markers before, so I was pretty stoked to find out that it works pretty well. With markers, I just find it hard to get crispy, thin little details like eyelashes. So I go in to bring those sharp details and edges back with a dark pencil, and then finish with some white ink to revive some of the highlights. Drawing portraits is arguably one of the hardest things to do. Everyone has uniquely different facial features, which makes it impossible to have a one-size-fits-all cheat code. Faces are just hard, which is why I use this simplification of shapes approach when drawing. Start simple and big, and then look at the smaller, fine details and shapes. If you are curious to learn in more detail about how I draw portraits, you can take advantage of Skillshare's 30-day free trial in the link below and try out my drawing class for free. And so that brings us to the end of today's video. As always, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Don't forget to make more art, and I'll see you guys soon.